Some other small changes as well is that your controllers have now been moved to the title bar over here. I've got two controllers installed on my system. I've got the PreSonus Atom, and then I've got my Novation Launch Key MIDI keyboard. If I go to File and then Settings, under Controllers here, you can see the two controllers that Bitwig has detected on my system. So it is the PreSonus Atom, and then I've got a generic keyboard, and I've set it up to use the MIDI ports of my launch key. Now, what's really nice is if you've got a controller that has other parameters and scripts built for it for Bitwig, for example, like this PreSonus Atom, I can click over here and I can choose different modes and cycle through them and check some of the settings. So, for example, I've got this polysynth selector over here. I've got device selection enabled. And now if I use the left and right keys, I can navigate through the different device selections. And then, for example, I can go into, let's say, this one here, where I've got the oscillator 1 pitch, the sync 1, and the uni 1, and the oscillator 1 pad. And I can turn that fourth rotary dial on my PreSonus Atom, and that is changing the oscillator 1 pan over here. And these are obviously set up if you go over here and just click down here on this instrument and go into the remote control editors. Over here, your device pages have been set up. So what you saw was the first device page over here. And if I jumped across to other device pages, I'd see these. And obviously, I've got a row of 4 over here and 4 over here. And on my device, I've got 4 rotary dials, and I could jump between them by going left and right on my device. So that's just because with the PreSonus Atom has a script built for it. So this is dependent on what controller devices you're using. Let's say, for example, using a launch pad or an Ableton Push, you'd have scripts built for it over here, and you could click over here and get further control and see how things are mapped with the remote controls. So that's just the one thing I just want to point out, is that now your controllers and getting access to them is now in the title bar over here.